morning, I'm Talia Milewich. Today I have updates on the path of the hurricane, government spending, deceptive AI use, and more this morning on KSTV. Hurricane Helene rapidly intensifies as it heads towards Florida, gaining speed with the southeastern U.S. in its path. It is forecast to strengthen into a Category 4 hurricane ahead of landfall. 5 states are currently under emergency declarations out of Florida. Michael Yoshida has the latest on the storm.
Hurricane Helene getting stronger. Wednesday evening, the National Hurricane Center upped its forecast for the storm, predicting Helene will be a Category 4 before it makes landfall Thursday afternoon.
In many areas to the south are already beginning to feel the impact from the storm.
Part of that impact, tropical storm force winds, stretching more than 400 miles and rain lashing the Keys in southern Florida. Helene is expected to hit near Apalachicola, Florida, but much of Florida and parts of Georgia will also experience strong winds and several inches of rain.
So when those trees start to topple, they take lines down with them, and I think we're going to see some significant power outages, probably nothing like we've seen because it's 159 counties wide.
Forecasters are gauging Helene's storm surge potentially climbing to 20 feet along some parts of the coast. Experts say it will likely be the strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. in over a year. Many veterans of previous hurricanes like Ian and Talia are opting to stay put.
I always draw up lots of water ahead of time, make sure I got food in the house.
If you're a godly person, pray.
The clock running out for those trying to prepare.
It's essentially you've got tomorrow to prep. After tomorrow, you need to be able to shelter and hunker in place until it's passed.
As Hurricane Helene is set to make landfall in Florida, prediction models don't show the storm nearing Ohio. However, the storm may push inland rainfall toward the region, according to the Cleveland Area National Weather Service. The hurricane is projected to turn west by Tennessee and away from Ohio. A chance of winds and minimal rain may come our way as it passes through Kentucky and Indiana. The hurricane's path can still change in the coming days, but for now, Ohio is likely only seeing minimal effects of the storm. An evacuation order in Ohio has been lifted after a dangerous chemical leak that started Tuesday afternoon. The leak happened in Whitewater Township near the Great Miami River. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has set up 3 air monitoring stations to collect air quality readings. The air quality has been deemed safe, but the agency will continue monitoring it. Congress on Wednesday gave final approval to a short-term spending bill to avert a government shutdown just ahead of the elections. The Senate voted 78-18 to pass the legislation. Joe Biden is expected to sign the legislation before the September 30th deadline. The legislation extends current funding levels through election season to December 20th and includes $230 million in additional funding for the Secret Service.
I want peace for my people, real peace and just peace. And I'm asking for your support from all nations of the world. We do not divide the world. I ask the same of you, do not divide the world. Be united nations. And that will bring us peace.
President Zelensky of Ukraine urged the UN on Wednesday to prevent Russia from freezing the war as it is now. President Zelensky says Russian missile attacks targeting his country's energy infrastructure and Russia's occupation of Europe's largest nuclear power plant will leave Ukrainians in the cold this winter. Zelensky has met with leaders of at least 10 countries and plans to meet more. He is scheduled to travel to Washington to meet with President Biden and other officials to prevent what he calls his victory plan. The Federal Trade Commission is cracking down on businesses that use deceptive artificial intelligence to lure customers. A new law enforcement sweep, Operation AI Comply, the FTC takes action against companies that have used AI to trick, mislead, or defraud. The alleged schemes used AI tools to enable customers to create fake reviews advertising for the world's first AI lawyer and AI-assisted e-commerce businesses, all of which are illegal and defrauded consumers of millions of dollars. That is all of your Kent Stater TV Flashcast top stories. For more stories of your community and your stories, follow Kent Wired on all social media platforms. I'm Talia Milewich. Have a great day, Portage County.